The next UiPath activity we are going to learn is input dialog. To get this activity, you need to click on this plus sign and type input dialog. And here you see the activity, simply click on it or hit on enter. This dialog box asks for a couple of things. Now, what is the input dialog activity in UiPath? The input dialog activity in UiPath is used to collect user input during automation. It displays a pop-up where users can enter text or select an option. So some of the key features are allow users to enter a text, number, or choose from predefined options. It can be customized with title, message, and things like that. It is useful for interactive automation. What is it? Interactive automation requiring user input. Now, the very first exercise we are going to do is ask for user's name and display it. To do this, in the input dialog box, here I am going to say user input. In the input label, I am going to say enter your name colon space, and here I am going to, whatever the user types, I am going to create a variable. Now, to create a variable, you can right click on this and click on create variable, or you can do Control plus K. Let's create a variable called user input and hit on enter. The moment you do this, you don't have to go to the variable panel to create the variable. It will automatically get created. You can see user input, by default it takes the string data type. Great. Now once the user input, let's see how it works. If I run this input dialog box, check how it is prompting you. Enter your name. Let's say I'm going to say Rakesh and click on OK. Now what happened here? The variable that we have created user input, it holds that value. Now to show that, I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to type message box, hit on enter, and then here if you simply type few text, for example, I am going to say hello, and then I want to use a ampersand symbol, and then I'm going to print the user input. So what it's going to say, hello Rakesh, okay, or else you can modify as you like. Okay, for example, I want to keep a ampersand after this double quote, and I want to give a space and put a exclamation mark, for example. Okay, so whatever you like, however you like, you can design it accordingly. If I'm going to run this, let's see this time how the output appears. Okay, so it has prompted me enter your name. I'm going to say Rakesh, click on OK, and you see the output hello Rakesh. So the very first exercise is done. Now the next exercise is we are going to ask the user a number and perform an addition. Now to do this, we are going to modify slightly the previously created input dialog. I'm going to say enter a number. And here instead of this variable, I'm going to delete this, and ensure you also delete in the variable panel. Let's create another variable, Control K, and I'm going to say num1. By default, the variable that I have created will be of string type. I can convert this to integer here itself. Great. All I'm going to do, I'm going to copy, paste, and here I'm going to say enter the second number. And in this one, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to click on Control K, and I'm going to create another variable called num2. So how many variables now? num1 and num2. So there are two variables got created. Ensure the type is changed to integer. Pretty simple. Once this is done, let's say I want to do the addition of num1 and num2. Simple. In the message box, I'll go. You can write whatever you like. Otherwise, simply let me print num1 plus num2. So this plus symbol is the addition symbol, num2. So let's see how it works. Let's run it. Okay, so it has prompted me enter a number. Let's say I'm going to enter 10. I'm going to click on OK. And it's saying enter the second number. Let's say I'm entering 5 and click on OK. Now the output is 15. The next exercise, we are going to ask the user to choose between yes or no. So something like, do you want to continue with yes or no option in the display? We are going to show it. For this, all I need is one input dialog box. And here I am going to change the title to say confirmation. And here the input level, I am going to change it. Do you want to continue? Question mark. And here, if you click on this input dialog box, and on the right side, you see something called properties. I'm going to click on this properties tab. And you would find something called options. And there is a button here. I'm going to click on this button. You see the expression editor has come. I'm going to expand this. And here, within the curly braces, I'm going to write my very first option, yes, with double quotes, comma, space, and then I'm going to use my second option, no. Let's minimize this, click on save. Now let's see how this time it behaves. And ensure the variables that previously created, you should remove them. And then let's create another variable here, Control K, say user choice, for example, user choice. Okay, so whatever the user has created, check the variable type string. Very good. Now here in the message box, I'm going to print what user has selected. For example, I'm going to say you have selected colon, and then I'm going to say ampersand, and I'm going to print the user choice variable. Hit enter. Pretty simple. Now let's run this and see how the output is coming. So you can see in the prompt it said, do you want to continue? For example, I want to say yes, click on OK. It has printed, you have selected yes. Now using this, you can create a flow. If yes, you move to the left, if no, move to the right. All these things we will learn after this. For now, I'm also going to ask you one more exercise. What you do, there is another option called multiple choice. Try this multiple choice and let me know how many of you were able to successfully apply the multiple choice and what you have created. Let me know in the comment section of the video. So thank you for watching. We are going to meet in the next video.